24 hours or so. Nothing to do with motorbikes, just to do with children. You know, kids clubs and all this, that and the other. My missus is away, so it's all down to me, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, you know, you just realise how much easier it is with someone else around, don't you? Anyway, I had a CR60 on the bench yesterday and discovered it needed a full engine rebuild, so I spent a lot of yesterday sourcing and ordering the parts for that, and I think I've got everything on order. A couple of the bits and pieces are coming from America, like the gasket set is coming from America. I know I'm going to need to make my own base gasket. I've got a KTM 60 piston coming, which should be here today. Now I should be able to kind of, actually I'll have to get the barrel reboard before I'll be able to suss that out. So yeah, so I'll be on with that over the next few days or so. And I've got on the bench now this, which is a very, very cool thing, I think. Disappointingly is the tank. So the tank, I don't know what they've coated it in, but basically the tank is split and they've tried to fix it on the outside, but the split is massive, and I don't think any amount of trying to fix it was ever really going to work. So that's, I mean, there is, to be fair, there is a tank for sale, but it's for a GS. So whether it will fit or not, I'm not sure. So this is a cool bike because this is a 1983 250 MX, and these were released with a water-cooled engine, the first 250 water-cooled engine that KTM did in the late part of 1983. So for a UK rider at the moment, this is maybe not, it won't fit into the twin shock category. It's monoshock and it's water cooled, but also for Evo racing it won't be amazing either because it's got drum brakes front and back. Now the front has got a twin leading shoe, but it's might fit best into like a pre-85 category or something like that. But yeah, cool thing. When you look at how KTM built these bikes, there were belt and braces and everything was made properly and made well, and you know, the thickness of the frame and just the way there's a nice big opening there for the engine, and they're just a very well machined bike. No wonder KTM did end up being such a big manufacturer as it is now. When they started off building things like this and building them so well, no wonder they had such a good following. Anyway, this thing is not perfect, as you can see. Like I say, the worst bit I think is the tank, but there are other bits on it as well that aren't ideal, and it does need you know, a good going through really. Having said that, there are good parts on it as well, and I think with a bit of love and a bit of work and sourcing the right parts, it could be a fantastic bike, even just for a collector to have. But like I say, because it's the first 250 motocross, the first 250 water-cooled engine that they did, I always like things like that. I think things like that are cool and they're always going to be a sought after bike. Anyway, let's have a closer look at her and let's see you know, what the situation is with her. And I haven't tried to start her yet, but I'm hopeful that she will run. She's got she turns over, she's got a spark. I've got a bit of a dodgy kill switch going on, but I'm sure that'll be fine. And obviously I can't put fuel in it because the tank is completely split. And I've not seen this before actually. So this has got a Bing carb on it, And you used to have, on the original bins, you had a tickler. So you pressed the tickler down, and what it did is it pushed the floats down, so it continued letting fuel in until it flooded, and fuel flooded through the jets and into the inlet. But this doesn't have a tickler, and it doesn't have a choke either. So I'm assuming I'm just literally going to have to lean the thing over until fuel pours out, and then try and kick it then. So we'll just have to see. It's got water in the radiator. Well, it's got coolant in the radiators. You can see that when you take the rad cap off. And there's another bit of the tank covering just come off there, just as I moved my hand. Anyway, let's have a look. So, like I say, tank is, you're going to have to bin the tank and sort a different tank out. There is one for sale, like I say, on eBay, but it is a GS tank, so whether it'll fit I'm not sure, because if you can see here, the rad scoop there goes up inside the tank, fits inside the tank, so I don't know. Could do with a tank, could do with a set of rad scoops. I think that this radiator looks to be generally okay, and this one also does this straight. There's no water leaking anywhere that I've seen, no coolant leaking. That has been bashed there, but it doesn't look. I've seen a lot worse. The exhaust pipe has been pretty badly dented. So you're going to need to get a new pipe for that. I mean, I'd say fresh set of plastics, including the rad scoops, a tank, the forks. So there we go. So on the frame there, 8309, I think. So it definitely means it's an 83, and I think it might mean that it was built in September, which would explain the water cooled. The chrome has started going through on the top of the forks, so having them re-chromed would be the right thing to do. The fork lowers look pretty good. The front rim is perfectly round, there's no dents in it at all. I've double checked that because I often get caught out with that one. The front brake plate, the twin leading shoe brake plate, looks immaculate, although some of the black has come off. The yokes look good. We've got original Magura lever covers and things like that. Original Magura lever there. I mean, that is going to need to be replaced, but I'm sure that whoever buys this bike, they're going to do things like that anyway. So there we go. Underneath the frame, I have noticed there is a bit of a ding on this side. The other side seems to be absolutely fine. The engine number there begins 543. I don't know whether that's in focus. So 543 denotes that it was the first water-cooled motocross engine that KTM made. Needs a side panel there. It's got the WP shock. It's got some play there in the linkage. So you're going to need to replace some bushes in there. Nice grease nipples down there. I mean, these things, they were built flipping amazing. Absolutely amazing. The swing arm's lovely. The chain adjusters. The rear wheel, again, is perfectly round. Perfectly round. No dents in that. The rear brake plate is in good condition. They've jointed two springs together there to pull the brake back. Twin leading shoe on the rear as well. I didn't realise that. Pretty cool. the rear brake arm has got a slight bend in it, but that would straighten really nice with the little rose joint there. Lovely. Lovely engineered bikes. Lovely. Every bit of kit, like the brake lever there, the rear brake lever has got KTM cast into it, and it's got the part number cast into it, and everything begins 543. Like the clutch arm there is, do you know what I mean? It's just attention to detail and high quality, and a really, really cool thing. Needs work, obviously, like I say, but it is a really, really cool thing for definite. Let's have a gearbox check, and then let's see if we can get it fired up. Okay, so we're in neutral, down into first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and yeah, that's the top of the gearbox there, fifth. Down in fourth, third, second, and back into neutral there. So the gearbox is all good on the bench. Let's see if we can get it fired up there. So where's the way into it? Just check this out. Ticking over good, so I can't quickly enough get the camera and move around to show it you, but flipping sounds amazing, absolutely amazing. A really, really, really cool thing. I wonder if I dare try riding it. Let's have a quick go. There we go, one 1983 KTM 250MX, water cooled, proper good thing. Honestly, that engine's sweet, really, really sweet. It's got loads of power. Obviously I couldn't open it up really, but you can just tell it's just ready to go. I'm sure with a little bit of work the bike could be amazing. Cracking bike.
Please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just search Phoenix Motos.